Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of Pattern in the Woods. Today we're back with another fly tying tutorial. Today we're going to be tying a sucker spawn fly. This is more of an egg pattern for suckers, obviously. Sucker spawn, eggs are spawn. We're going to be tying this in a pink color. This is the glow bug yarn that we will be using in a pink color, just like this. Now you can either use glow bug yarn for these, or you can use other different types of yarn, but you're pretty much going to need a type of yarn for this type of tie. To tie this fly, you're going to need to cut off of yarn about a 3 to 4 inch piece. This is how long I'm going to use mine, just about 3 to 4 inches. Now for the glow bug yarn, it's a little bit thick for a sucker spawn. It's good for eggs, but it's a little bit thick for a sucker spawn. So what I like to do is just tear it right down the middle. Now it's gonna get a little bit like more buggy and not perfect yarn. So what I like to do is just roll it up in my hands, and that makes a nice yarn form again. That's how you get that ready to tie. We're just going to be using a cream colored yarn, 6/0 Vivis. It kind of matches the pink. You can't really see it at all, so that'll work just fine. We're not going to actually use this hook. We're going to be using a size 14 scud hook for this kind of tie, because it is going to lay nicely. You can use any kind of hook you really want. I've seen people catch these on dry flies, any kind of hook, but I like to use scud hooks just because the hook point is a lot lower than it is on a dry fly hook, so there's a lot more room for hookups, because you don't want the yarn or anything getting in the way. But to start off, what we're going to do is start our thread right here behind the eye of the hook, and just run it up in the middle. We're going to snip our tag end here, and we are going to run this back the whole way pretty much to the vise. Almost to the vise, just like that. And then what we're going to do, I like to use a lighter. If you guys are young, use parents' permission to use this lighter. If you're not allowed to use it, have a parent use it if you can. But I like to light the end of it, just to burn down all the individual hairs, just so it ties nicely when you start it. So you want to just hold that end there and tie it down onto it, and just give some secure wraps and tie the yarn down to the vise, just like that. See how it's down to the vise like that? Then what you want to do is tie in all this excess yarn here, and just like that. So that's what you should be left with. Now a sucker spawn is going to have sort of like arches like this going up the body. Here's an example of an orange sucker spawn. It has arches going up the body, just like that. It makes individual eggs. So what we're going to do for that, some people use pencils, some people use their whip finishers, and they just make a loop around it. I can pretty much just guess it off myself, but if you guys need to, use a pencil or your whip finisher or anything like that, but I can guess it myself. So what we're going to do is make our first loop, pinch it, and do one loose wrap, making sure the wrap is in place. Do another loose wrap, making sure it's in place, and then one tight wrap to secure it, just like that. So now that you have your one loop done, you're going to take your yarn again, push it back onto that loop, make another loop here the same length as your back one, hold it, make one loose wrap, another loose wrap, give it a little tug, and do 1 to 2 tight securing wraps, just like that. Now see, sometimes you need a third securing wrap, but you can pretty much just hold it in place just like that. Next, you're going to make another wrap just about the same height as your last one, and then make one loose wrap, another loose wrap, and 2 tight wraps. I'm actually going to do 3 just to make sure this is going to hold. Then you just repeat the process again and again till you get to the eye of your hook. The more loops you do indicates the more eggs that are in this spawn. So you just do another wrap, a few more tight wraps just like that. And as we get to the eye of the hook here, we are going to make this wrap just a little bit more tight because we are going to finish on this one and we don't want it to come out. So just like that, you want to make that nice and tight. Then you want to grab your excess yarn, pull it to the side, and give it one big snip just like that. And then you want to take the extra yarn here and tie it down as best as possible just like that. Then you want to take your whip finisher here, and just do about 4. Oh, I keep messing up. You kind of want to get your whip finish underneath these yarns here. So that's what makes it a little bit tough. You just want to do 4 to 5 whip finishes under the yarn here and pull it snug just like that. And then what you want to do is snip off your thread here. And now that we have the fly tied up, you have all these loose extra hairs. That's where the lighter comes into play. You can just use the lighter and burn down all of these extra hairs to make it neater. Remember, use parents' permission if you're not allowed to use the lighter by yourself. And there you go. That is how you tie a sucker spawn pattern. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate it a lot. Hope you guys stay tuned for another video. Comment down below if you guys have any flies that you'd like me to tie, or just any videos that you'd like me to make. I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day.